Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Our Houston sports expert is back from Houston. He was out there being a sports expert. We have Jay, and to his right, we have Coach G, who was with us last episode. I was about to say last week, but we're on 3 times a week.
Always.
How are y'all guys?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to be back.
Oh yeah, we're glad to have you.
I missed the studio. You know what I'm saying?
We were a host down last episode. We didn't get to what is it?
We didn't get to our full
honor Kobe with
strength.
You. That's what I meant to say.
But we back and we in full strength. We in full effect.
Yes,
we
sir.
Here to give you what you came to get.
Oh yeah.
I know I missed the episode that y'all talked about it, but I still gotta say rest in peace to my boy Kobe, man.
We were gonna start it off that way. Still, just dedicating this episode.
That was a sad day
to all the victims in the crash,
day.
Everybody's families, everybody.
The 2 little girls. That was really sad, man.
Still just so unreal to sit here and think about that the greatest player.
It really was, but at the same time, I like to see people come together.
Oh yeah,
it's like people death is actually making more people come together and love on people more and kind of realize what you have right now. You know?
We talked about here a few episodes ago, we talked about Kevin Durant and Kendrick Perkins getting a little spicy with each other on Twitter and everything, going back and forth. And then after the passing of Kobe, Kendrick Perkins got on Twitter and was like, at Kevin Durant, like, I love you, bro. This made me realize how wrong I am, how short life is. I don't ever want to be at a crossroads with you type stuff. You know what I mean? And I loved seeing that.
I love that.
And I think
it's a bunch of people coming having that realization that life is too short and water on the bridge should need to be just that. Water on the bridge, dirt on the rug, however you want to chalk it up.
And I think that's what made Dame post this picture tonight, or let's say it was on the 29th. They played the Rockets, came out with the win. He had his first triple-double, and he posted the picture with Russ and them hugging, and I think
shout out to Dame on that one. And I mean, the time frame of it and all, what he did after the fact, I mean, that's a...
And we've been seeing that all year
right there.
already.
That's a big boy move with the stand-up. So, man, let's hug it out, squash this shit.
Yeah, for real.
I've seen feuds in the league before. However, that's a
feud you see every game.
It could get uglier, as they play, and
they're 2 dogs.
Same.
They both
Western
got that same.
Conference.
They got that same like attitude, big headedness about.
I'm gonna kill
you.
You can't guard me. It doesn't matter how good of a defensive player you are. I'm
matched
amazing.
Up against each other a lot as far as feuds go. You see somebody on the team, I mean, that you may not like. Or Draymond Green comes to mind. You may not like his style of play. You may think he's a little too extra with some of the shit. However, see Russ and see Dame, their positions, they, like you said, they alpha dogs. Both of them, respect to both, because I take either one on a team. I can build a team around either one.
For either, and
don't get me wrong, I like the competitiveness, but I want it to be competitiveness without the hate.
That kind of brings me to Dame's caption. It says they confuse competing with hate when it's ruthless versus ruthless. Sorry. And that's just facts.
When I played, I mean, you could be blood family in practice. If you's on that other squad, you the op.
Exactly.
Until
it doesn't
this game
matter.
over, I don't know you.
Forget practice. If you go to another high school,
until this game is over, I don't know you.
Until we're off this court, friends. I don't know you.
We not friends. It ain't sweet over here.
I'll dap you up at the jump ball, and you better know, and I'm sure I know, and you better know. It ain't no friends after that point.
If you don't know,
I'm trying to get
my
this
A
point.
game.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you
football,
don't know
basketball, hockey,
what
rugby,
it is or what we playing for, my nature is gonna bring it out of you.
That's just the competitiveness.
You may be sweet. You're going to be salty by the end of this game. Probably by the end of the first quarter, because I'm going to try to give it to you.
That's why I love to see both of the Currys play each other, because, I mean, you're going to see both of them go at each other. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good game.
Brotherly love.
Give each other the blues. Give each other fits. And that's
how did y'all feel about that being his first career triple-double?
I was just about to say,
I was so surprised.
As all the years that he's been in the league, I'm not as surprised. I mean, it does come as a shock. But I'm kind of split down the middle. Yes, I'm shocked that this was the first one. However, I'm not shocked due to his style of play. He always
he's
involves
not
his team, and if he ain't got it rolling, he's looking for different avenues.
Exactly.
He's not like Kobe big. where he's gonna shoot. And if I'm 6 for 24, I'm still shooting.
Yeah.
Well, when I say I'm surprised, I'm more surprised of the fact that
he's been in it so long.
Someone could put up 40, 60, 50
Easily.
Points.
However many games he's done
still not average a triple-double ever. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
Or not even average, not even get one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or get one.
A
and on top of that, like, he handled the ball so much, you would think that,
But they are also, the thing about Portland is they've had a lot of rebounding people. Like, they got Whiteside over there. They had Nurkic. Nurkic is hurt right now, but they had Nurkic. You know what I mean? And so those are big. And to Gabe's point, it's not his style of play.
Yeah.
He's the outlet guy. He's moving the ball quick, and he's pulling up from 45 in your face. And
if
you don't think he's going to
put it on
make
his shoulders, he can. But that usually comes in an effort of
scoring.
Which one do you want? You want me to do it, or you want me to get y'all involved? And both are effective. I mean, they make the playoffs every year. They don't make it too deep. I mean, they haven't made to the West.
They always have a good record.
Yeah, I mean, they're a threat. They're a thorn. You can't sleep on them.
If he get more triple doubles, they'll go further in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, if they can get more games like this,
if they can get more triple doubles out of him.
What that's going to require is him
playing both sides of the ball.
Not necessarily playing. It's going to be more ball dominant.
And
I don't think so. I think he's already kind of ball dominant.
Well, he is because he's the first scoring option.
Let me break it down.
Ball
like
dominant
this.
as run the play through me and let me decide for the best decision.
Yeah, I'm about to say kind of what you said.
This
earlier.
play may be for CJ, but Melo's open.
Let me make this happen. Instead of just run, pass, run, cut through.
Got you.
Let me. Okay, you know what? Screen for me, kick me the ball over. We got a mismatch.
And I think that's
we got
what's
a
funny.
Mismatch. Now let's operate. And I call it the puppet master. When you become, and Kobe is the ultimate puppet master.
Oh yeah,
when you can
see something 3 plays ahead.
When you can pull the strings of the 4 other players on your team, you're great.
LeBron.
But when you can orchestrate and pull the strings of all 9 players. If I stand here, I know you're coming here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pulling you up. That means my guy's going to push down here, and I take 2 dribbles this way. This is going to happen. He's pulling all the strings to clear something open. That's the puppet master.
And I think Russ kind of became, this is to both of y'all's point, where the Blazers are going to be a lot better if Dame can keep doing this. And it's funny, Russ started doing this once everything ran through him. All right, KD's gone. Maybe I'm not going to score this play. Maybe this play's for somebody else. But I'm going to make sure that person gets it in a good spot. And if that person's not open, second option gets it, this, that, and the third. Whether it's KD's like, yeah, this play's for Russ, but this dude's 6'5", I'm 7 foot, I'm just going to pull up on him.
And I forget who brought this, but it's a key point. Just because you pass the ball doesn't mean you're great at passing or you're great at making assists.
Or a playmaker.
That's
another big thing.
Because you can pass the ball and put a person in a bad compromised position.
Or you can be a playmaker and not have a bunch of assists.
You're asking too much of him versus if you know this big man doesn't really dribble too well, you don't want to give him the ball too far away from the goal to where he has to put the ball down going towards the goal.
Or he'll get pressured.
Because he may get it ripped.
Yeah.
You want to put him in a situation to where he's close enough to drop step, turn around, or even catch him in stride and go for a layup.
That's always best when you catch it in stride, something in stride. Oh, it's beautiful.
And
so
put the ball in key points or the right spot at that given time and key points. That makes a playmaker.
Yeah. The Trailblazers played an amazing game. And to your point, that makes a playmaker. And what I was saying is a playmaker, there can be great playmakers and they just don't have a lot of assists. Because a playmaker isn't solely there for assists. He's there to make a play. It may be an assist to an assist. You pass it to him, oh boy, swung it around.
It may be
boom, it started with you though.
It may be starting to break, getting a rebound and ball to the ground on the outlet. You know, hey, I know I can outrun these 2 guys. This guy was down here on the rebound and I'm out on him.
Ginobili. Kobe. We'll just use Kobe. Kobe is a great example of a playmaker who didn't really even necessarily just have a bunch of assists. You know what I mean? Like, throwing it off the backboard and catching it to yourself, then passing it off to Powell. Granted, that's an assist, but that's a great playmaking play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drawing the double team and dishing the ball off. You know, you understanding that if I put pressure on the goal,
Steve Nash,
people gonna collapse.
He was a great playmaker.
He was a great playmaker, but he got the assists.
Yeah, but playmaker.
Yeah, true. But I was just saying that there are playmakers out there who don't necessarily get all the praise for assists that they should. Alex Caruso he's a playmaker. He's a young playmaker and everything, and he doesn't really just necessarily get out there and give you 10 assists like Alonzo can. But he's going to get out there, give you 5, and start some breaks. Kevin Love's a great playmaker. He starts breaks. Amazing.
Lonzo Ball. I like his play as far as being able to make play versus him being able to implement his game. That is him implementing his game. Defense, shut your guard down.
That's another part of a playmaker, implementing your game. Not letting you get...
Because I don't have to bust you for 40.
Yeah.
I can take my 12, 10 assists, 4 steals, 9 rebounds,
and contribute to the team.
Exactly.
And contribute to the team. That would be a solid game for you.
If the Trailblazers continue having games like this, they're going to go pretty far. They came out with the dub of the Rockets, 125-112. Like we said, Lillard with his first career triple-double, 36, 11, and 10. 11 assists, 10 rebounds. Whiteside had 15 points, 10 rebounds. Melo with 6 points and 13 rebounds. That's pretty big. Ariza, you're going to love this. Guess how many points Trevor Ariza had? When the Ariza trade went down.
I'm not gonna lie. He's been playing like crap lately. I'm gonna say it was definitely under 10.
21 points.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, in 38 minutes. So
surprising.
He played a good amount of time.
Because Ariza have not been putting up numbers like that recently at all.
Oh no,
at all.
And then CJ on the other side with 22 points, and then Gary Trent Jr. Pardon me, with 10 points off the bench, and Nazir Little with 10 points off the bench. So they just had all-around production, period.
The whole team just played.
And then on the Rockets, you only have 4 people in double digits. Russ with 39, 10, and 6. James with 18. Rivers off the bench with 17. Ben McLemore off the bench with 17. They got to produce.
To me, I feel like the thing about the Rockets is if James Harden have a bad game, the Rockets had a bad game.
Mm-hmm. And Russ
need to stop that. They absolutely need to stop that because
Russ can have an amazing game.
To make a push in the West, try to make a push to the conference finals. We're not even talking the NBA finals. We're talking about getting out of your division, your league. You can't depend on Harden to do it. And I promise you that is the recipe
I'm not
for
gonna
failure.
lie. I've said that before. The Rockets, they always do this to where they get into a whole shooting frenzy and they depend on Harden.
They live by the 3 and die by it.
They depend on Harden to make his shots. If Harden don't make his shots, the Rockets have a bad game.
Yeah, and it's like we're trying to get our energy from you. And you're not giving it to us. Russ can have a 40-point, 50-point game, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, we've seen it so many times where James Harden only he go 1 for 19.
His shooting score looks like a date.
But Russ goes off
2 for 27.
And then you'll get 15 to 25 from Gordon. You know what I mean? PJ Tucker gonna play excellent defense. He gonna give you another 5. Capella gonna give you another 10, but it's never enough. It's never enough.
It's not gonna
if
be
James
enough.
Harden don't have a 30-point game plus, it's never enough.
And they lost the rebound battle pretty bad. 15 rebounds to 39.
James is so
50 rebounds. Sorry, I said 15. 50.
Ball dominant though.
Blazers have 50
on nights that he's not making his shot,
and that's a detriment.
He still keeps looking for it. I mean, he's dribbling. I mean, it already takes 7 seconds to get his shot off.
Exactly.
Whether he's gonna woo you to sleep or try to blow past you, it takes so long. So you're killing yourself opportunity. You crunch numbers at the end of the game. You've been so ball dominant, you can't get nobody else involved in the game.
Exactly.
Or if you break those moments, those minutes down, you'll see that you had opportunity to actually help out your team a little bit more.
Yeah.
We got to jump into a quick commercial break. It's our first one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. back to The Assist, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. If you're just tuning in, to my right, I have our Houston sports expert, Jay. And to his right, we have Coach G. And we're in here talking Dame versus Russ. Well, really Blazers versus
Rockets.
Yeah, Rockets. It's really surprising to me that the Rockets can have a great game like they had the game before, where Eric Gordon gives you 50 and you don't have Russell Westbrook or James Harden and you beat the Jazz. And it's crazy to see. Okay, we can. I said they pull their energy from James Harden. They didn't need him that last game clearly to beat the Jazz. They pulled their energy together and did it themselves, and it's weird to see how they can't do that now.
But you know what the difference is? The difference is when you put James Harden out there, and
you're not touching the ball as much as you were.
18 points. Mm-hmm. That means he shot so many shots and missed a lot. There was a lot of opportunities that should have went somewhere else that he took and missed.
Oh, for Harden?
For Harden. Exactly. Because no matter if he have a good game or a bad game, he's still shooting up probably the same amount of shots every night.
He's taking 25,
you know what I mean?
20 shots,
This is what makes Harden not necessarily stat-wise have a bad night. We say he has a bad night because he didn't hit 40. Or like you said, 30. If he doesn't put 30 up,
if he's not putting 30 plus, it's not a good night.
That's a good defensive game against James Harden.
Calling that a bad night. However, for Harden, the deal is he gets to the line
so effortlessly.
So
much.
And he does it so much. He almost averages 24 points coming from the free throw line.
Yeah, if James Harden has an off game, you can hold him under 10 points just by not fouling.
Seriously.
Like, let him get those little rinky-dink layups. But he doesn't want those. He wants to burn your ass.
Not fouling.
That's the
other part of it. That's where the offense. That's where the defense has to outsmart the offense.
Honestly, that's where you, as an offensive player, that's smart, because if your shot not falling, you're going to drive. You're
and you know you're going to get fouled.
Or you're going to make
an easy layup. And that's why I can't say he has a bad game. It may not produce a dub. However, it's him still implementing himself into the game.
Yeah, but when I say a bad game, I say it compared to when you averaging when you go 20 games, 40 plus points. Yeah. And then you turn around and you go 1 for 19. That's a bad night.
That is a bad night.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you recall that night.
That's a bad night.
Grizzlies versus Knicks, there was some spiciness going on. A little bit more. A lot of what was the other?
Did you hit a chance?
What was the other fight that we saw? It was the last minute. It was Kansas versus K-State.
Yes,
it's kind of the same thing. If you hadn't seen it already, Jay Crowder taking a last second shot when they're up by 21. I want to say 20 or 20. They were up by 20. Period. James Harden. Jay Crowder takes a shot with, I want to say, 5 seconds left. Elfrid Payton, mid-shot, hits him out the air, levels him out of the air, I should say. Because he hit him Jay Crowder's a big boy. Mm-hmm. Elfrid Payton ain't that big, you know what I mean? And
he dropped it.
Yeah, he got him off the floor. And then, stuff ensued from there. People getting involved, people pushing, people shoving.
To be honest, when I looked at that, I felt like that was different than the Kansas thing. All I seen was pure hate.
Yeah. You're mad you get beat by 20? This is my thing.
I seen pure hate.
You're mad if Elfrid Payton. This is how it would be kind of along the same lines as Kansas versus K-State. If Elfrid Payton took the shot and Jay Crowder threw him out of bounds, you know what I mean? Then the winning team is mad at this person for taking whatever shot. Granted, in that instance, I'd be mad at Jay Crowder. You're up 20. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. In this instance, I'm like, you got beat by 20. You don't need to go do that. I get you're mad. You just got beat by 20. I know it's the unwritten rule. I get it. But when are we going to let it go?
Why is it so different in your eyes, or he gets more of a pass and Kansas don't?
The reason why I say the Kansas thing was...
Wait, who gets a pass?
The reason why I say it's different is because when the Kansas thing happened, dude came and took the ball. You come to steal a ball with a few seconds left, it's not going... This ain't going to help your team or nothing at all. You just doing this kind of just to be petty, I guess.
Mm-hmm. No. Competitive.
You play till the whistle stops.
I feel like,
yeah.
Okay, so
to be competitive, but you're already down like 21, 20 points. I mean...
Okay, versus Okay, now show me the competitiveness in a person taking a last second shot on the winning team and you up by 20 some odd points. That's more insulting.
It is. But that doesn't give you the right to go level this man.
No, and I'm not
and
saying.
Hold
on.
I'm
not saying it's
Payton.
not right for the fight in Kansas. It's not right for him to come out and level him. What I'm gonna say to that: if you don't like somebody beating you by 20, you should have done a better job.
Exactly.
Sometimes you can't necessarily do that when it's the coaches who don't put you in, or the coaches are not doing what they need to do to help the team win. Because you can only do so much when you're on the floor. If you're on the bench, there's nothing you can do. It's only 5
Payton
people on the floor.
Hold
on. Now, to the other point of Kansas, I don't have a problem somebody competing to the whistle end blows on a losing team. But versus insult, I have a problem with Crowder shooting that.
Yeah, that's more insulting. You're up by 20. You didn't need to shoot that, but you also didn't need to go level that.
That's like standing over somebody and flexing over them.
And my Kansas point was you didn't need to go steal that, and you didn't need to go block his shot.
But that's competing.
The difference
I don't have a problem with
that. But you're up 20 with 5 seconds left. That's the same thing in both of these situations.
Yeah. To me, the difference of it is
shooting a 3-pointer versus a team who's down 20 and he's trying to get a stop so he can make it down 18. Because
it doesn't
they
matter.
do play numbers.
You lost.
It was a loss.
When I look at it like both of the teams that was losing by 20 got salty.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
you're beating me by 20. Let me come steal the ball. You're beating me by 20. Let me come push you out there.
I can't knock that because that's human nature. Nobody wants to get beat by 2.
But you got to have the wherewithal.
But to me, that's why I feel like
the
hate came in. Even though dude picked up the chair and got suspended, his bench came and provoked it after he blocked his shot and stood over the dude. Now, not saying to stand over him was like the right thing to do or whatever, but given the situation, you gonna come take the ball from me. Last 5 seconds, I blocked your shot. I'm lit because I blocked your shot, and that was kind of stupid.
I really don't.
So
have
he stood over him.
With that,
but then when your bench come and they ready to fight because y'all lost, that's the problem. That's where the problem come to me. When you come up and push him because you mad because you lost, that's a problem.
So in what you're saying, let me just say it this way, because maybe I'm not the only one that's kind of trying to sift through. You're saying Kansas State's bench clearing to come to their guy that got stood over. They was in the wrong.
Yeah,
okay,
for the most part.
I agree with you.
I'm saying
I
in the wrong for the fact that you only cleared the bench to provoke the fight because you're mad because you lost.
I'm not saying if that was the
only
reason they provoked.
Well, I mean, I know
if that play happened in the first half, they're not clearing the bench.
Exactly. That's my point. You already fired up because you lost.
Game to play.
You don't have 5 seconds left. You don't have anything to play. You're not playing for anything. You're not Tracy McGrady. You're not finna come back 13 points in 30 seconds. You're not doing that.
So what would you much rather be on? Put yourself in that shoes. Would you much rather be on the team that's still fighting to get points?
I'm pulling out my jersey and walking to the locker room.
Or would you want to be on the team who you're getting beat by 20 and you watching this dude shoot another 3-pointer and trying to add to the more insult to injury?
I'm going to sit there and watch him shoot the 3-pointer.
To be honest, I'm not going to lie. The way my coach taught me, I'm not about to be mad if we lost. We lost as a collective team. I'm not salty. We just got beat.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily about to go.
I'm not going to get mad and go beat the dude up because we lost.
Yeah, we need to go practice, go back to the
drawing board, start over, try again.
I don't have a problem with that.
Don't get salty and push the dude because he.
And that's what I said at the beginning. If you don't like getting beat by 20, you should have done some things different in the game.
Exactly.
Or whoever was in the game. But as the whole team, period, coaching staff, organization, the towel boy, whoever made the damn Gatorade, everything.
Go back to the drawing board.
All that's in question. Facts. I have a problem with that though. If a person's still trying to insult that whole organization,
and Jay Crowder does not get a pass.
But I almost feel like that.
Okay, I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you say that. He don't get a pass
because he's in the wrong. You don't need to do that.
He don't.
You have 5 seconds left. Untuck your jersey, fam.
You're contradicting yourself because you said the dude in Kansas was right for taking the ball. Why is he wrong for taking the shot?
That is
competitive nature.
Okay, let me tell you.
Like you said, competitive nature.
I will say.
Let me answer.
Jay Crowder is more insulting
That's my point. He's insulting your team.
You're
up 20.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with a person who is down 20 still playing defense.
So the
until the whistle blows or until the clock is 0-0.
It's just
I don't have
he's
a problem with that.
He's a defensive coach. He's defensive biased. We love offense up here.
I don't know.
I'm still playing to the whistle. I teach my kids to play until the bell sounds, the final whistle. Even in playing, you play till you hear a whistle.
Okay, but you can't say that. We can say that. I think it's a fact that Jay Crowder's was more insulting whether you do it or not.
If Jay Crowder had 2 seconds left on the shot clock,
to the end of the clock to blow. If you got 10 seconds left
and we're up 20,
why
are you not taking that shot?
Take the shot.
But,
he plays to the clock in both ways. Defense and offense.
My point.
So my point on that is if the shot clock, because I didn't see the shot clock. If the shot clock was under 5 seconds, you got to get that ball. You got to get rid of it. It's on you now.
Or take the turnover.
Or you don't take the turnover. And some people don't like that as a stat.
There's people who won't take a half-court shot for that.
I'd much rather have a missed 3-point opportunity versus a turnover on my stat. Hold on. So I'm just giving you all the reasons of why I think Crowder could be cleared of his actions, because right now he is insulting.
He is.
Okay.
It's more insulting in this situation.
If it's the shot clock, if he don't want to turn over, but if you shooting and you got like 12 seconds or 15 seconds left on the shot clock and you just setting up because you like, man, I'm trying to drop this 3 on y'all, and dude come out there and guard you and he heated because you usually watch people just walk past half court and dribble the ball out at that point. I wouldn't have had a problem if Peyton had came up and started D'ing him up, trying to get a loose ball. That's what Kansas did. The player from Kentucky, Kansas State did.
And then if Jay Crowder would have reacted, he would have been...
No, if dude had busted that 3 on his ass, then that's what back. Play better defense. You get these put in your eye.
So but if Jay Crowder was to get mad about that...
Hold on. The dude from Kansas didn't get to get his shot off because it got ripped.
He got blocked.
Oh, dude from Kansas got his ball ripped.
I don't think he was going to take a shot.
No, he wasn't taking a shot.
I don't think he was. Okay, so that's what I just said.
Yeah.
If Crowder was just standing out there and Peyton came out there, I'd be like, okay,
if
that's
the
same
reversed,
situation.
Yeah. Alfred Payton's in the wrong.
They sitting over here chilling like, you going to run the clock out. No, I'm going to go over here shoot on y'all's court, embarrass y'all in y'all's home a little bit more. Some people just... I watched the dude, who was it? On the Dallas Cowboys star... when was Terrell Lawrence ran to the star and tried to celebrate and got dove on.
Yeah, got shoved. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. You're not going to do that in my home. You got to have a certain sense of respect about yours.
But here's the other... I got to make this point before we jump into our commercial break. Before the last half hour.
I feel like if you're going to play defense to the end, you're going to play offense to the end.
This is my point.
If I'm that coach, I'm teaching it both ways.
And if you're shooting at 15 seconds with the shot clock, I'd probably want to send you to the fifth row too.
And then that just talks about your class for the game. That's your class for the game. You have no class.
Alfred Payton is getting...
That does put...
I got to make this point before we get into our commercial break.
I wouldn't want you on my team. You have no class.
I got to make this point before we get into our commercial break.
But I understand where the fuel and the fire comes from.
Alfred Payton is getting paid millions of dollars. Jay Crowder is getting paid millions of dollars. There's no reason for that. You don't care that much about basketball that much. You worried about getting that fucking check. You're not worried about ruining your whole check because this guy just put up a shot.
It is sad when you see,
and that's a dumb thing to do. You're finna risk
even on the collegiate level. It was a dumb thing to do.
This and this.
No class.
You only make $5 million a year. You finna lose a cool little $500,000.
You don't know how to handle pressure. You got to deal with that.
Exactly. Now you're a hothead. We can get you mad. We can get you a tech.
And that may not be your character at all. You just had a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why you got to keep
John Starks.
That's why you got to keep it in between the lines. He comes
up and head taps Reggie Miller out of the game. Pacers win the series. We got to jump into another commercial break. We'll be back with the last half hour of the assist after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the last half hour of The Assist. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, we have our Houston sports expert, Jay. To his right, we have Coach G. And, we're still talking about these, this unwritten rule. And I made this point during the commercial break that when a person scores with however many seconds left, takes a shot with however many seconds left, and they're up by however many points, you are, how they say in these new 2020 pop culture terms, looking for the smoke.
You're looking for the smoke.
It doesn't matter. Jay Crowder knew what he was doing. You know what you're doing in that situation. And I think most players are looking for someone to be like, I want somebody to do something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I want you to say something so I can have the right to jaw right back at you.
You would.
Yeah.
Type there. I woke up this morning with a birthday cake on the mind, wishing you would. Mm-hmm. Type shit. Okay, so yeah, good
that
point.
Person is looking for that.
Good point. Because
that
when
Kansas
you do
State
something
player
like
was
that,
looking for. He was looking for something. We got beat by 20. I'm going to have my 2 points. I don't care.
I will absolutely co-sign with that.
Road runner right up over there, and I don't care if I foul him. I'm getting the ball.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, I'm gonna take this ball from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there is, he put it in his mind, I'm calling for some smoke. Because I know you going to follow me. I know you going to chase me down.
I know it's going to make you mad. Me just being a little pissed. I know it's going to
piss you off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So he was, in that sense, I would say the Kansas player is wrong. Because he did know what he was doing. K-State. Yeah. K-State player. Excuse me. Purple.
Yeah.
I love the defense. However, I have to agree with you on that. I'm still going to play, and if I get that steal, I get the pad stat on my end. I get a steal. But I give it more of a pass. What I didn't like, I liked everything that went on with that. Let me just say it like that. I liked everything that went on with the K-State. I had no problem with it. I ain't going to say I like it. I had no problem with it. The competitiveness. They're competing. He put your butt out into him. Dribble a little bit better. Dribble a little bit lower. You let him steal your ball.
Pass it. You see the double team.
There's things you could have done. Ripped. You the shit you could have done to avoid that rip and avoid having to make the decision to do a chase down block. Because now you're pie face. You got big faced. New generation turn. You got big face. He got one up on you. You got to do something about that. Your boy's gonna talk about you here in a minute. They gonna roast you. You know how it go. You know how your peers are. Mm-hmm. So I know what it is. You're gonna get cooked. In the locker room, you better do something about that. You let him get you. So you run down, you chase him down, you bah! But then you let your emotions carry on over in the moment.
And that's what's usually going to happen.
And we've seen that happen multiple times. We've seen
Alfred Payton's emotions got the best of him.
I love it when somebody comes up with an excellent play. You see a great play topped by an even better play. Good steal, great block. Okay. Walk it off. Go to the crowd. Beat your chest looking at the crowd. Point at your moms.
True.
You stood over this man like
wanting smoke.
I'm your daddy. Now you want that smoke. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You here? I'm pie face. You pie face me. I pie faced you, but I pie faced you bigger. That's okay. I wanted smoke with the steal and within the guidelines of the game. I wanted smoke with the steal within the guidelines of the game. I stole it. You blocked it. Okay, good play.
Knicks.
This standing over me, that ain't part of this.
Exactly. You ain't gotta. I want the smoke taking the shot. You want the smoke defending it. You ain't gotta shove me out of bounds.
I feel like he didn't
on Alfred Payton's part.
Well, I don't think he shoved him out of bounds. I think he
no. Alfred Payton's part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about K-State. I was saying how they're similar in that aspect. No.
That was just
where one person wanted more smoke
check this.
And another person gave him smoke.
I'm mad that you stole the ball because that was just unheard of. People ain't doing that really. So I chase you down. I blocked the shot. Yeah, he stand over him. I never said that the stand over him was right.
You didn't. I'm not saying that.
The thing that I feel like...
Yeah, I think that we all can agree on that.
What I feel like is... When after you do the block, you stand over them. Okay, yeah, your salty team that's mad because they just lost by however many
team was
points.
Salty, and I agree with you there.
And they all run up. Mm-hmm. The first dude that come up to him with no uniform on
is ready to fight.
He put his hands up like, "What's up?"
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's the problem. You can't be salty. Go back to the drawing board.
Period.
And then your dude tried to come do this little steal, and I block his shot, and now you mad because I done stood over him? You already knew that the steal was petty. You know what I mean?
You knew he had to steal it.
The steal was petty, so I'm going to be petty with you.
He didn't have to steal it. It was legal.
And it was legal, but it's petty.
That
was the whole point the block came in the first place.
And the block is legal.
You steal the ball, that's giving me momentum.
It's
that's,
the
I'm going to say,
activities.
I'm sending your shot to the 52nd row because you want to be petty and steal the ball with 5 seconds left.
And now think about this. You come back, you take the ball, you try to go ahead, and after you
walk off.
Of course, yeah.
No, it's all for you to walk off because your emotions get the best of you. Why you even do that? That was stupid. You know what I'm saying?
You can get away with the walk off.
Yeah.
Chuck Deuces at that time. Get on.
Point at him like Sean Kemp.
Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And
like I said, I think it was one of those things where you got to make a statement. Kind of like when AI did the whole walkover. I'm making a statement.
Yeah.
And
you know what I mean?
It's funny you say that because I was going to say this became a problem ever since AI stepped over Tyler Lue.
Oh.
And it's been disrespect, a form of you pull up disrespect, scroll through, you're gonna see that picture is on there.
Him stepping over him in those.
That's disrespect.
But honestly, I think it happened before then. I mean,
for some odd reason,
you see people throw the shot and then do the stare down.
For
That's
some
always
odd
been a part of
reason,
basketball. That stare down has always been a part.
When did dunking on somebody become so like? I know.
When Allen Iverson did it, it was. Like the whole, I mean, it never. I mean, the platform that it was on, the big time shot, he lost him. He was trying to play defense. He dove at him. That's why he ended up on the floor. He dove at him.
He crossed him. He just created
space. He tried to play defense and landed, and he was just like looking at him like, you sucker, and stepped over him, and everybody had that dog face, that smells like something stink in the room face on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when did dunking on someone become so prevalent? I know you're older than us,
You had the dunk contest.
Not to throw you under the bus or anything, but like
Jordan made it a
even
big deal.
In the 80s, people were getting dunked on, and people would see it and be like, "Oh my goodness!"
Jordan made it a big deal. I'll give that to Jordan because Jordan was a guard. Bigs dunk on bigs.
You saw that a lot.
You see guards dunk in transition.
To see that small dude leap it off bigs.
In a full court, a half court set offense, ball being swung around. Oh, Jordan cutting through. Woo!
Yeah. They hadn't seen something like that before.
Yeah, that was.
It's usually coming off. Oh, he's got a lot of momentum, going full speed.
Before anybody fires me up on the podcast, I can only go back so far of what I've witnessed. Okay, I can go back further than these gentlemen.
You see videos of Julius Erving, but he's never dunking.
But look at no.
He didn't really dunk on Michael Cooper. That's my thing. He didn't really dunk on Michael Cooper.
But look how iconic that is.
It is.
And the person that you just said, he doesn't dunk on people. But the one time that you really do see him kind of catching the body, they make it one of the most iconic dunks ever. That show you how much of a guard dunking on somebody in transition was
a big deal.
A big deal. Yeah. But you see that shit all the time now.
Yeah.
So
it's a top 10 dunk in however many.
I don't know how much further back you can go behind Jordan. But I know Jordan.
As far as guards. Because, Daryl Dawkins is out there ripping backboards apart.
But you got bigs on bigs.
Exactly. And that's what I was about to say. You didn't really have a guard out there.
Dunking on
your guards your guards going back. They're small. You got Doc Rivers. You got Craig Elo.
It's
They're
like
small
watching
guys.
two heavyweight boxers slug it out. You don't want to see them dancing. You want to see them slug it out. That's like the bigs. It's like seeing a little point guard come in here and dance on one of them bigs.
It's like seeing a lightweight go against a heavyweight and just bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, and drop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wear them out. So it's one of the things like, man, you don't see that all the time.
Yeah.
We got to get back to these NBA games. We had a kind of a good return. I'll say it was good. Victor Oladipo back from his injury. Played the Bulls on the 29th.
I'm glad he's back.
I'm so happy that he's back because
didn't have the best game, but the shot he made was a game changer. Quoting Kevin Hart,
they needed it.
They needed it.
Well, he been out for a while, so he
only
got to get
played
back into the
21
rhythm.
minutes. He wasn't starting. Came off the bench. He only
gotta
had
get
9
back into
points.
the rhythm for sure.
But he sent the game to overtime with a deep three that he said came to him through Kobe and Gianna and all the people lost in the helicopter crash, and it looked like it because he said he just pulled it. He just didn't even think about it. He was at the hash mark.
Overtime.
He was at the hash mark. Pulled
That's crazy.
it. Money. And he's known for that. He has a clutch gene in him. There's a few guys out there who don't put up just crazy numbers. Well, Oladipo has put up crazy numbers, but he's not just known all around the NBA, not like a James Harden or nothing. You know what I mean? And I think that's non-debatable. But he still has that clutch gene. Like D'Angelo Russell has that clutch gene. You know what I mean? Just can hit a clutch shot for no reason. And if you have a bad game and still have that clutch gene, that's how you know you have the clutch gene. Is, okay, I only had 9 points, and I went 0 for 6 from 3 before I hit the one to send us to OT. Mamba mentality, keep shooting.
Clutch gene.
Zach LaVine had 20 points.
And for Victor to add back to, I mean, cut you off, Victor's going to have to shoot to get back in the game time rhythm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I expect a bunch.
Especially
I
on
say a
21
bunch.
minutes.
I'm going to say expect at least 7 more games where you're going to see some really lopsided 4 for 12s.
Yeah, he went 2 for 8.
Yeah. 2 for 8, 2 for 9. Yeah, 2 for 8. So
not even that. The team got to get used to having him back on the court.
That's what
One
I'm
of
saying.
those was free.
And he has to get into a rhythm.
Because
Okay, I'm catching.
like we've said,
so
they've been having very good games.
Yeah, they have.
Practice is only.
T.J. Warren been playing excellent for them too.
Sabonis is
And
an all-star.
that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. We are still above the All-Star break.
We gotta
So
get
there's
into
still
the All-Star
time.
reserve.
There's still time to make some kind of push and see how far we can get without disturbing the chemistry too much, but getting one of our star players caught up to where he needs to be, sped on up to where he needs to be, trying to fast track him the best they can without compromising their season.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
They do have time, but they don't have a lot.
To be honest, they want him.
They want him
Yeah.
to shoot.
That's
they
who
like
they
they.
want.
When we put you in, gun that hoe.
Yeah, they're gonna
We
have.
need you to.
They're
We
gonna
need
have,
you to get because it's
Indiana's
gonna
gonna
fall.
be a good team next
He's
year.
gonna lead that
If
team.
they stay, if that little collective stays with Sabonis and Miles Turner and all of them and Oladipo, and if he can stay healthy, they're gonna be a really good team.
They're gonna be a nice little.
They had a.
Don't forget
they had
Warren.
a
You
great.
gotta
Yeah,
say
Warren
Warren because Jimmy
exactly.
Butler threw my man under the bus, but he be balling.
Yeah, he's been balling ever since he had 25.
He might can't guard.
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
It's
but
hard to guard Jimmy.
Jimmy is a goat.
Jimmy's special.
T.J. Warren, like I said, with 25, he played the most out of anybody, 41 minutes. Sabonis with 15 and 11. Shout out to Sabonis, All-Star reserve for the East. We'll get into that here in a minute. Malcolm Brogdon with 15. Jeremy Lamb with 10. Holiday off the bench with 13.
Nice.
B to Z, I'm saying his name wrong, I'm butchering it, with 10 points off the bench. Oladipo, like I said, with 9. Levine on the other side with 20. Satoransky with 11. Felicio with 11. Hutchinson off the bench with 21. Young with 16. Not a great game from the Bulls. They only lost by 9 points, though. So, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. You know what I mean? You got sent to overtime. You probably could have pulled out with the win, but you maybe got lazy in the end. They lost the rebound battle by 12 points.
Who's the home
12
team?
Rebounds. I want to say Indiana.
Indiana was home team.
Yeah,
so okay,
they were because
you got the
thing
rally
about
of
the thing about them was when Oladipo came in, they were putting up. All he saw was like they gave him like yellow signs, and it was just a square yellowed out. On the other side, it was purple because they were doing a Kobe night type of deal, honoring Kobe and everything. But when Oladipo came out, they had like one side of this whole stadium just had all yellow showing. So he was getting a lot of love from Indiana.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're gonna. I mean, he's a Hoosier, so they love him.
I was about to say he's a hometown kid.
Yeah, they love him over there. Spurs and Jazz. Well, hold on. We got to talk about the Nets game. Kyrie. He didn't just 25 and 5. Not 25. 25 and 5. They came out with the 10-point win over the Pistons, 125 to 115. Prince with 22. Jared Allen with 11. Kyrie with 20, like I said. Spencer Dinwiddie. Oh, my guy. This is my man. Changed his number from 8 after Kobe passed. Changed his number to 26. The date Kobe passed, right? Gave him 28 off the bench. 28, 6, and 3. I'm not mad at that. LeVert with 11 off the bench. D Rose gave him 22. You know you ain't stopping D Rose. I don't care. D Rose gave him 22. Drummond with 13 rebounds, 12 points. Reggie Jackson, my guy, off the bench with 23. They were chanting Bobby Shmurda, and he hit the Shmoney dance.
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
No,
He hit it at the free throw line. Yeah, he does look like Bobby Shmurda. I never realized it.
My wife, Derrick Rose, man. Derrick Rose is loved by everybody.
Oh yeah, shout out Reggie Jackson too.
Man,
And Wood with 20 off the bench.
How can you hate Derrick Rose?
Yeah, how can you?
How can you hate that man?
You can't. But as far as him going to the Lakers,
I can't wait to see it.
Ooh-wee.
You wouldn't want to see that?
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't want to see it.
I'm not saying I don't want to see it because I think that'll just elevate that.
And he's
even
playing
more.
at a good level.
He is.
He's playing at a higher level.
He's playing consistent. This is the most consistent Derrick Rose we've seen.
Yeah.
I just still scratch my head on D Rose, man. And that make the Lakers a little bit old.
True. I can see that.
When I think we can get somebody,
you can get a younger cat,
a younger explosive cat.
Maybe I can see that, but it also
we can talk
gives you
about
depth.
that later.
It gives you depth and experience.
I was about to say experience play key.
That's two MVPs on one team.
When you get into the playoffs and the finals and stuff, usually experience takes over. People that have been there more, they get comfortable. They used to it.
Two things I look for.
Play the same game.
Exactly.
You know
Two things
what I
I
mean?
look for is somebody who is experienced, but I look for somebody who's hungry. Also, has been around. Not maybe as long.
I think Derrick Rose is probably the hungriest
I'm not
he's
sitting here
been.
saying he's hungry. However, you may find a cat that's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Who
Draft
has that
somebody,
same hunger. That, hey, listen, I've been on some decent team. I've been on some scrub teams. I finally landed on the team that's trying to make a push. I want to make the best of this.
You know what I feel like? I feel like when you get that younger person that's hungry, you know, but at the same time, I feel like Derrick Rose is gonna give you exactly what you're looking for.
Exactly.
You know what you're gonna get out of him. You know what to expect, and you know what
There's
he's gonna
a
bring.
playmaker right there.
You know what I mean? You know what he's gonna bring to the table.
I do know what you mean.
When you got a younger person, sometimes you got to work with them. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes they have. Let me
put a name to a younger person, and I'm not. I like Zach LaVine.
Like who's? I would say like who's.
I would take Zach LaVine over Derrick Rose.
He's a little bit younger. Hold on, a little bit younger. Just as hungry. The same definition that I was giving.
Well, he's a lot of bit younger.
Like I said, let me put a name to who I'm thinking.
Better shooter.
Yeah,
that's not. I'm like
taller.
Okay, yeah. I like to see Rose.
Stretch. He can play the one
I like
and
to
the
see
two.
D Rose on there, but Zach
but D
LaVine
Rose is more practical than Zach LaVine. The Bulls are going to build around Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen.
But he's marketable. I mean, he's on the market.
He is on the market, which I think is weird.
They want to shop him, and Lakers can get him. So
sometimes they shop them. I feel like they
to make
do stuff
them
like that to make them like
get on your game.
You know what I mean?
Also,
get
on the flip side of that coin, you put out little bait like that just to see what teams are willing to do.
What they kind of like how the Lakers showed their whole hand.
Exactly. So you get a team to show their hand. And then you
get a whole new team for one player.
They not even liking what they got over there. They willing to deal the whole house.
Yep.
We got to jump into the All-Star reserves. Well, do you want to jump into the changes or the reserves? Because we got a little bit to talk about on the reserves. It's quick changes. And I don't really even understand the changes.
I'm not with the changes.
The changes I want, I'll say this. I saw. All right, Giannis and LeBron wear number 2, honoring Gigi. West wears 24, East wears 8, vice versa, one of the two. Captains wear number 2, and the rest of the team wears either 8 or 24. That's really the only changes I wanted. I think they're doing, it's going to stop after the third quarter, and the next person to score 24 points after that. They're going to
play like a game to 24, or
I guess, or something along those lines. Honoring Kobe, which is why I'm okay with everything, but it's not kind of really. We didn't want that change. You know what I mean?
That's
we still
different.
wanted to see him. Yeah, it's
now
that's different from what we were expecting.
Mike Wilbon said, I mean, they were explaining on his show earlier, and I was listening to it. He had a good idea as far as the change coming with the. How'd he say it? He'd much rather see them play a U.S. versus an international team. Now, forgive me for not having the whole list of international teams, but when I say that's a crazy team, you immediately think the U.S. will run right there. No.
Just taking international players from the NBA?
International players that play in the NBA and have them play against NBA. You got Ben Simmons, Buddy Hield, really cool. Giannis, all the Sabonis. I mean, that's just a few names I can think of. Jokic, who else? The Matador. You got what's the face? Chris
if you would have said this 5 years ago, I would have been like, hell to the no.
5 years ago.
But right now,
I
can see it.
That's a
the
monster
squad. The taking
squad.
over the NBA.
It's a monster
The best
squad.
player in the NBA right now is not from here.
I can see that.
The best player on the best team is not from America.
Shout out to Mike Wilbon with that thought.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd like to see that.
I like that, and that's an instant. He said something that other, it sounds, difficult to try to figure out. He said something that's simple and can be implemented immediately.
Mm-hmm. That's something like
that. Split it up, right? Boom. And have them wear 8 and have them wear 24.
I feel like it would have to be U.S. versus all the other countries.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
But
an international team versus the U.S. and have them
That's kind of also... I like what they do now.
That was good. I thought.
You would have to have like an international captain, kind of. Like
Giannis.
he would... Yeah, but you would have to have
do.
a player good enough to... Like the second best player... LeBron and Giannis are captains right now because they're the best players playing. You know what I mean? Like they're the two, best in the West, best in the East.
Not even AD. I feel like it's better than LeBron right now.
But LeBron is the better player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just in the overall. So, and I think you would still need that because maybe in a few years the foreigners aren't running the league anymore, and there's not a lot of foreign people. And
I don't think it's something that you could do, every yearly.
Mix it
but
up.
This year,
this year would have been perfect for it.
This is a good year for it.
We got to show the reserves. So we'll start in the East. We'll say the starters again: Giannis, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, Trae Young.
Siakam's on that list,
and Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid's also on that list.
And Embiid's on that list as far as the internationals.
Reserves.
Come on.
The number one reserve that should have been a starter. Jimmy Butler, number one. I'm happy about that. Bam Adebayo from the Heat.
Okay, yeah, from
number
the
13.
Yeah. Okay, he made it.
Ben Simmons, Chris Middleton, Kyle Lowry, Domantas Sabonis, like I predicted earlier in the season. Jason Tatum, and there's your reserves.
Jason Tatum had to.
Jason Tatum needed to be on there. I think they got it right. Over in the East, I think the coaches got it right because the coaches picked the reserves. So over in the West, all right, our starters, obviously, it's LeBron's team. He has Kawhi, Luka, AD, and James Harden. That's a mean.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's a mean starting 5.
It is.
First reserve, Nikola Jokic. Second, Damian Lillard. Third, Rudy Gobert, Brandon Ingram, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Russell Westbrook. I don't know how I feel about this one.
I'm just sorry. I told y'all earlier before the show aired, it hurts that Devin is not on there.
5th year. 5 years, not one All-Star. Not one All-Star selection. Chris Paul should not be an All-Star over Bradley Beal. Well, Bradley Beal's over in the East.
If you about to say over Booker.
These are the two snubs. This is crazy. These are the first 2 players in 35 years who were averaging 27-plus points to not be picked for the All-Star game. And that was Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Devin Booker is averaging 27 points a game.
He's averaging over 50%
from the field.
That is fucking amazing. How is he not an All-Star right now?
Bradley Beal is averaging 28 points.
I don't get that.
He just put up 40 the other night.
I don't get it.
And you got Chris Paul.
I don't get it.
Okay.
And Bam Adebayo? Maybe Bam got in there because they needed a big man. Who knows? I still would have put
position
Drummond
on that one. I'm about to say it is different.
The only thing we gotta know is that these people were picked
by coaches,
and the players.
No, is it Is it players too?
No, I thought Giannis didn't.
No, Giannis picks the starters. Captains pick the starters.
That's what I'm saying.
Coaches pick reserves.
They was all picked. All the players was picked.
Oh, true.
You see what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
People picked who they wanted to pick.
Yeah.
It didn't go based off of stats.
Here are
who's
the
really
top
doing
20
good.
players.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what
exactly
I'm saying?
what you mean.
And I feel like that's not fair.
Them off into
I feel like that's not fair. Because it's almost like you got to build a relationship in order to get there.
But also, what if your top 20 players, what if the top 10 or the top 15 are all in the West? Your top scorers are all in the West.
You gotta figure
then you got to figure that part out.
On the D book versus
How
Chris
have you
Paul,
scored 70 points in a game?
What's his assist ratio like? What Book Devin Booker?
Oh, his assist per game was like I want to say I don't want to say I'm wrong, but I think it was like 6 assists per game. He averaged like 6 or 7 assists per game.
He's averaging right now 27 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? His stats is amazing right now, and he's averaging over 50% shooting from the field. Like, come on, how is he not up there? How is he not up there?
I don't know. To Chris Paul's 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. You giving me what we love about Chris Paul and why you want him on your team is because he is a ball maestro. He is a floor general. He's an assist man. He knows where to find you. He can give you 20 assists. You know what I mean? And the thing we love about him, Devin Booker's giving us with more points.
And then this will really trip you out. Those stats is the same stats that Larry Bird put up. Michael Jordan, Oscar Robertson,
27 points.
LeBron James, some of the greats.
You got to kind of go with the flow of traffic on there. Even though the speed limit say 60, everybody doing 75. You better do 75 or you're gonna get run over. So you kind I don't go off of what the stats were from then to now. However, I will say
these are current stats.
I mean,
no,
and I see
current stats, right?
Oh,
now.
No. When you make the reference back to Bird and Jordan. The current stats are the current stats, and those are great stats. He's I'm not going to say he's killing Chris Paul, but he is beating him on points. Everything else is pretty much hand in hand. 1 or 2 differentiation.
That's not something I would expect from Devin Booker.
Well, we're talking 10 more points. You're averaging 10 more points
that's what
a
I'm
game.
saying.
That's a big kill. That's a big kill.
And that's why I would give Book the pass over Chris Paul. I would say Book probably should have been picked in there. However, Bradley Beal, I definitely see where he could have fit in.
Oh yeah,
Bradley Beal is leading his team and been doing it. I mean, you got Book scoring ridiculously in a lot of losing efforts. At least Beal has won his team games.
I'm putting Bradley Beal over Kyle Lowry.
I would put that. I'm definitely doing that move.
He's at Lowry's averaging. I want to say I think 19 points right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have put Booker over him.
Well, no,
but he's in the way.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
That's just, and I think Bam Adebayo
was the snubs and the 2 snubs up there. Both of them, I see where they could be on the squad and replace some players.
Yeah,
and be a better.
And I think they have every right to be mad about it. You're averaging 25 plus, and you're not an all-star. You know how hard it is to average.
I'm not going to be mad
plus?
for you. Because the Devin Booker and Chris Paul one, I mean, like I said, I could see both directions. Beal, on the other hand, Beal was snubbed. Bradley Beal, you really got snubbed. Snub. But you just got semi-snubbed.
Nah, I think he got snubbed.
I mean, Book's doing the same thing as Bradley Beal's
doing.
Just
one more point up. He's just one more point over.
But y'all, okay, now I don't have the time to break it down by conference. Just understand.
True.
Book is in the West,
and
Bill
they're
is in
winning.
the East. And the way things are going,
Chris Paul and them are winning
going
games,
to
you know what
fall
I mean?
into that category of
Maybe
what
it's
you're
something
doing
along those lines.
Yeah, it definitely along them lines. So it's going to happen in that manner. So I see both sides. I see y'all's argument because both of y'all are heavily they got snubbed. I'm saying again, Bill got snubbed, and he was partially snubbed.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our time. You can catch us here. RTF Sports Network, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. You can also tune into our podcast, so you're just going to podcast in front of my son every Thursday. This has been another edition, another hour, another episode of The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington, Jay and Coach G, and we're signing out of here.
Peace.